But be careful. They're oppositely charged. Hold them apart from... No, hold them apart.
Hey guys, how's it going? We're back with the season 2 of Mandalorian episode 4, The Siege, with what an important episode this is for the way the Mandalorian and potentially Star Wars is going. So this episode was actually directed by Carl Weathers, who plays Grief Karga. So in this episode, Mando and Baby Yoda are supposed to be heading to Corvus to see Ahsoka, but the ship is not suitable to do that trip, so they end up going back to Navarro, where Mando again meets Grief Karga and Cara Dune. Mando requests Razor Crest gets fixed up so he can make his trip to Corvus, and as we can see here, the creature who becomes an important part at the end of the episode fixes his ship. So as we see Grief carrying Baby Yoda, we can see an RG unit statue in the background, which I can only think is a salute to RG-11, who sacrificed himself at the end of Season 1. Baby Yoda is then placed safely into a school so that Grief and Cara can then talk to Mando about some business that they need him to help him with, which this is where it really starts to pick up pace. I really enjoyed this part of the episode because we get to see how force sensitive Baby Yoda is. And I know we've seen it before, but I just think it's cool that we get to see it because we haven't seen it for a while. Here we have Grief telling Mando how safe Navarro is, apart from this one area where at the bottom of the picture you can see here where it's at red, and this is where this episode leads them to. And like I said, this is where it really starts to pick up pace now. So what they're looking at and talking about is this thing right here, which is the Empire facility, which, as the episode goes on, you understand how important it is, not just to this episode, but Star Wars as a whole. So Mando and the crew rock up and intend to blow the facility up. You know, when it's gone, it's everything's gone, it's sorted then. Navarro is a safe place to be, nothing to endanger them. But once they get in there, they come across something that we've come accustomed to in the movies, and now hopefully we get answers for it, and it's going to explain so much. So as they've set a timer off to blow the facility up, they make for their escape, and they come across these two, what I think are clones. If you actually look at the badge, I believe it's to say it's a clone. They're clones. I could be wrong there. Now this is where shit gets real. I believe we've seen this in the movie Rise of Skywalker. What appears to be a Snoke clone, and holy shit, yeah. Now this is not just interesting for the Mandalorian season, how maybe the next season's going and the season after that, but for the movies as well. I love how this is interlinking with the movies. Although I'm not a big fan of the last three movies, the trilogy. It just wasn't for me. But I'm hoping the Mandalorian or upcoming series are going to help answer a lot of questions that are unanswered in the movies. So after seeing that, they then find a message from Dr. Pershing to Moff Gideon, which explains that the clones aren't going as planned as the way they wanted them to. The blood's just not strong enough for them to take, and if it did, the likelihood is it was going to fail. And the blood of who they are putting into these clones is, if you remember from Season 1, when Dr. Pershing had Baby Yoda, he took a small sample of blood from him. That's the blood that they're using, and is believed it's not enough blood to use or to help these clones, and they need more, which is, at this point, Mando realises that Moff Gideon is going to know where Mando is and where Baby Yoda is. So Mando makes an exit back to the city to go get him, and Cara and Grief set back to the escape as well. But come along with that is the trouble of escaping. They're the ones that get caught. Well, not necessarily caught, but are seen escaping and are getting chased after. What does really make me laugh is with this, it's the continuity of the stormtroopers being like just idiots at times, like how poor and misfiring their shots are, and like just missing when they should be hitting targets. I think it's something that's always been like our Stormtroopers and a continuity of it. I think it's pretty cool and funny. So as Grief Karga and Cara Dune and the Mithril try to escape the facility, they're under attack from TIE fighters and speedsters, but here comes Mando with his new fixed up Razor Crest to save the day, with a very happy and excited Baby Yoda. So right at the end of the episode we see a First Order officer, which I believe is the First Order officer, talking to the creature which we seen at the start who was fixing the Razor Crest of Mando's ship. Upon this, he informs that he placed a tracker on so that Moff Gideon can track Mando to wherever he's off with the kid, basically. The officer then goes and informs Moff Gideon of the tracker that has been placed on the Razor Crest, and he appears to be very pleased with that. We know Mando is off to Corvus to go see the Jedi Ahsoka Tano, and obviously now we're going to get Moff Gideon, which I imagine is going to turn up on Corvus to take the baby because they need the blood for the clones. Now we know the Night Owl leader Bo-Katan is looking for the black saber. Moff Gideon has the black saber, and that's where he's going to Corvus to see Ahsoka. So I'm really hoping that we see the Night Owls, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka fighting against Moff Gideon. Look, I'd hate to kill him off so early, which I don't think they will do, but end of the day, that is going to be such an exciting episode. I hope and believe it will be. Amanda in there too, helping out. I just think we are in for such a good episode, and I'm super excited to see it. I can't wait for next week. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode, what you thought about it, what you're looking forward to in the next episode. Again, if you spent this whole time listening to me ramble on, I do appreciate it. Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.